Hey there, folks. How we doing? I'm Jay Essex, also known as Jay Essex, and it's 6:41 a.m. Sunday, April 3rd. Numerology. The way we do it on most planets, we read from the right to the left, and then go up, right to the left, up, right to the left. That's where dyslexia came from, believe it or not. So 641 is really 146. So 1 is the self, 4 is fortitude, and 6 is intuition. So there can be a different meaning for the same numbers for individuals where you're getting message. That's what it's all about is, excuse me, communicating with stuff in the second dimension, what we call the other side. This is the third. And when you are all of a sudden just look at something, that's your spirit guide just grabbing your head and turning it and looking and saying, look. And then you see something, and then it's an image. It's a message. You could be driving down the road, and for some reason on the right hand side something's catching your eye, and you go by. As you get near it, it seems like it might be like a beaver, like a big beaver standing there. That's the basic image you get in your head. It's a stump with some shadows, but the image you get in your head is beaver. You drive by and you see it's a big stump or some stuff put together that from farther away might have looked like that. You didn't just see an actual beaver. You did get the message of beaver. And beaver means the energy behind a beaver is just do it. Okay, it's industrious. They build their dams and everything. Okay, that's the energy behind it. Everyone has metaphysical abilities. Everyone. It's part of what you are. You can't not have any. There's no such thing as a psychic, okay? But there are metaphysical abilities, and everyone has them. The word psychic is a box that people want to put you in. And someone says, oh, really? Are you a psychic? And then the first thing you do is look at them and say, that's when your abilities are coming out and people start to notice. Then as soon as they say that, just look at them and say, what's a psychic? And then once you do that, then you're confronting them to literally define their question better. It's like, am I awake, aware of the fact that I have metaphysical abilities and I'm using them? Yes, I am. Am I something that can do all this hocus pocus stuff? No. You need to understand the depth of metaphysical abilities. What is metaphysical? What are your abilities? And then just let it go. Let things be what they are. It's simple. Okay? Don't let someone put you up against the wall and in a box and say, well, then do this for me, or if you're this and that, then you can do this and you can do that and everything. No, just buzz off. You're not there to prove anything to anyone. You're here having a life. And if you want to help someone, you're going to get more help from the other side to do exactly that. It's hard to look over there. It's hard to bring out those abilities. And those people that can't, the first thing they'll say is, well, I can't do it, so you can't. If I'm not, then you're not. Because in the back of their heads they're saying, because I'm better than you anyway. Let them go, man. Just let them go. Don't worry about them. I always tell things as I speak of things and explain it as I see them, and I always tell things as they are. And if someone doesn't like it, whatever, it's no big deal. I just keep going. I often use that analogy of a fireman putting out a fire and a little child coming up there and doesn't know what he's talking about, and he says, you're not putting out that fire right. You need to swing the axe like this, and you should be using this tool, and the fireman just looks at him and just kind of keeps going. It's like, whatever. That's the way you have to be about that. So many of us that are awakening can feel so much with our hearts because they're strong. Well, they're also, fragile. They're very powerful, but they can be fragile too, easily hurt. The other chakras don't get hurt. The heart creates feelings. and that's why it can get hurt. Okay, that's why the heart energy, it is in a way the strongest, because it pulls all the other chakra, the other energy fields together, and it also creates feelings, which have to do with emotions, come from the base chakra. The heart takes the basic data from the brain, and then it pulls it into the heart, and then it grabs the basic emotions from the where the spine attaches the hip, and then brings it up, and then it creates a feeling that it sends out everywhere. People's hearts are talking all the time. So, for those people who are new, 2010, I started going into people's brains, working on them, literally helping where I could, a little healing here and there. But one thing I can do, I'm very successful at, like batting 1,000, is evolving people's brains. As long as they're not having negative thoughts, as long as their energy itself isn't 27.5% negative or more, and as long as that they're not incredibly arrogant or abusive, I crank them up, and I know about that ahead of time. So I've been around a long time. I've done work through other people and done a lot for them, and all that was a bomb to blow up. So now I'm putting this out here, just a few videos. I'm going to put out what I know will help you, help guide you on your own personal road to becoming yourself, to access your metaphysical abilities, to learn more about them, to help you understand them, and to help you deal with people who don't understand them. This is all very important stuff. It really is, because isn't it time for all of you to be who you really are? I mean, the full you. It's like walking around and never using your right arm. That's what this channel is about. The last channel I had over 500 videos on it. I shut that thing down. It's so funny, as people become awake and aware, and the stronger that they become after cranking some of them up, they go nuts. I don't mean crazy like jumping out of windows. They start really getting arrogant. Nothing's any better than anything else. It's a sad situation, but it does get remedied. So anyway, a lot of people were upset about my not leaving since September 1st of 2015 last year. I got pneumonia again. I get pneumonia on and off. I've got COPD, and it's, I don't know the name of it, but it's like a consistent lower lung infection that doesn't ever hardly go away, and of course it tears out kidneys and other stuff. I've been waiting to get out of this body so I can finish doing my work on the other side. I like to call myself a janitor, the J-Man, because my thing is to just go ahead and, fix what's broken, clean up around, and then go straighten everything up and go home. That's what I wanted to do, get it the heck out of this body. And then the one that was screaming the most at me, that I had made more than $200,000 for, decided to literally cut her own throat and cause a situation that actually kept me here. And body longer, the whole time screaming that, I was supposed to be dead, and she thought I was going to die, go to the other side and make her rich. Folks, it's not like that. It's for what's going on is for everyone. What's inside me is something that, it has a name. It's called an arrow. Why does it have a name? If you and I are talking, having a discussion, or any people are having a discussion, And if you want to talk about a fire truck and then you go to a tree, well, do you know how long it takes to describe what it is without just saying fire truck or tree? It's just a way to focus a thought process to understand something. So that's where the arrow comes from in Jay Essex. It's what's inside of Jay Essex. So Jay Essex arrow. You know, no biggie. But it's it's the oldest energy there is. I've had more lives than anyone else. 10.846 trillion, and there's nothing to brag about. I'm just making a statement. I'm really tired of it. This is my last one. I have more health complications now that I have got the issues pretty well handled that kept me here. Everything's being put in place, so I'll be out of here soon. So that's why this channel is open, so I can feed you some information and just leave it. A lot of stuff is going to be purchased on the websites if you want it. JayEssex.com. You can go to JayEssex.com and then it'll take you right to JayEssex.com. Paul Cherik and Deanna Anaya are going to take care of that. It's their website. I'm just putting Paul in charge of most everything, and you know, Deanna's right there with it too. She does all the graphic designing and the artwork that you see at JayEssex.com. She's incredible. Folks, we're a big family, and we're just starting to become aware of who we are. And it's time. We have friends in space that are getting ready to come down here in mass. Okay, we've had beings here for the longest time. 10.572 million years ago is when the Adamic race came here to start actually developing a civilization that was born of this planet. We already had a lot of people coming here from other planets, and it was time for Gaia, the energy of the earth, to have her own civilization here. And that's why the 5 Adamic races came here. Well, the 5 different colored skin colored Adamic races. We've all had lives in all the bodies. What's been going on and happening? How did creation, where'd it come from? You know, what's going on? What came first, chicken or the egg? What's this God thing? Creation is beginning in your origin. Okay? This is the original format of creation, how it started. Where did the first being come from? How did that happen? It's all here. Okay? What type of spirit beings are there? I'm not talking about aliens. There's trillions and trillions of planets that have life on them. Okay? I'm talking about spirit. That's how it started. Okay? That's what you are inside. 2 different spirits. They talk about the Kundalini, the 2 energies going up and down the spine. It's your core energy, and about 40% of that core energy is a spirit that originally came from the planet Gaia. The other approximately 60% is your personal energy that's in there. Excuse me, spirit, sentient energy that's in there flowing. Okay, and that's the 2 snakes of the Kundalini. I see energy. I move it. Use it. I go into people all over the world. I've been doing it for years. And evolving the brains and everything else, they get bigger as long as they're healthy. And the younger they are, the bigger, the more it happens. It accentuates it. Who knows? I'm not one for wording. I think it's accentuate. But anyway, the stronger I've gotten, the worse my brain has been on a conscious level. But anyway. And then it develops at different centers. 99.9% of the time, everybody feels me when I'm in there, but if not, they feel the after effects because your brain grows, your DNA changes, okay? This is the second book, Creation. It's journey evolving into paradise. There's no such thing as a pure paradise. That, you know, some kind of perfection thing, perfect, doesn't exist. It's just a way to keep yourself frustrated. I've had some lives that here on this planet, we've all had lots of lives. This is my 220,000th and very last life I'll ever have. The general, there's no average amount of lives, but people normally have had like 37 to whatever 63 lives on this planet. The Earth is kind of young. Like I said, I've been around a long time. Okay, I like to say no better than a stick in mud, because I'm not. Everything that exists is of equal value because it exists. Number one, that's the only way to start to be fair about anything. Man, there's so much to say in so little time. Most of it's in the books. Okay, that's got the majority of it. Plus, I'm trying to find the earliest videos so I can put together the whole compilation of 500 videos I put on YouTube. Excuse me, so people have access to it. Coffee's getting me. Drink a lot of coffee. This is all about your information. I've done other stuff as spirit, sentient energy on the other side. Ara, what's inside me, is protector. It was made like that in the very beginning. And I've done all kinds of stuff that a lot of people know about, and I've actually put a lot of it on video. Your religions are all false, fake, full of junk, garbage. Religious people are not the problem. The vast majority of religious people have a lot of love in their hearts, and they're actually wonderful people. But the religious philosophies, religions, yeah, they're all full of crud. I pretty much say it like it is. Why not? Be afraid of someone censoring you, or not liking what you say. Hey, you're here to say something, say it, do it. It's like a sculptor trying to create some artwork, or actually creating artwork, and then, no, I can't make that nose like that because that won't be acceptable. No, you do what's in your heart. You do what you know is right. Okay. Different things that can help your brain: N-acetyltyrosine, chowa tea, lecithin, non-GMO preferably. These are different amino acids and things that can actually help your brain as it starts growing. I see energy. I know what it is. I move it. I've had your government agencies follow me around, Homeland Security and FBI actually knock at my front door. They wanted some of my star essonite, and they wanted to know what the heck's going on. They're very careful about how they word anything. I've been followed everywhere. I've had other people with me when they're followed. Angels making bodies all the time. They make a physical body. Friends beaming in and then beam out again. It's funny. There's so much going on that you folks are going to become aware of, and that's the whole idea of my information, is to prepare you for what's coming, to help you, to give you everything you need to awaken who you really are. All it is becoming yourself. It's like waking up all of you, okay? It's like getting up out of bed early in the morning and you're dragging one side of your body. No, it's time for the whole thing to be awake. I give you everything you need for it, okay? And that's it for now. But Paul and Deanna are going to pick this up real soon. I've been waiting to leave since September 1st of last year. And finally, everything that was done to me, trying to keep me here, has been taken care of sufficiently. So it's finally time, and I can't wait. Burju Gosler too. Goslin, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm horrible. I don't know how I even managed to say J without screwing it up, even though it's one letter. But she's really strong, and she's helping people understand and awaken and to look at things with a fresh mind. Okay, Paul Cherokee's a powerhouse. He's got so much of what I am inside, that type of energy from him, inside him. It came from what's in me. It's a long story. It's in the books. But this is about helping all of you. It's time to awaken. It really is. Our friends in space are popping up, coming in. You have to be ready for that. Okay, and then the Fae, after that settles in, then the Fae are going to come in. They're going to start making physical bodies. You're going to see energy in front of you, then literally they make a physical body, shake your hand, and then lean back, and then poof, they're gone again as energy. Yeah, this is real. Okay, have you seen it? No. Is it on the news? Is it on TV? Then it can't be real. No, folks. It's going to happen. It's going to happen slowly, but it's going to happen. It's time for the truth to come out. The original first being was 27.5% negative, and it split itself into two immediately, almost immediately, because it was lonely after a while. Dimensions, what they are, how they're made. Most all that information is in the book and in these other videos that I had on YouTube that now are going to be sold as a set as soon as I can find the earliest ones. I have so much stuff in here, it's crazy. I've cranked up all these stones. I have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars here just lately buying up stones from all over the world so I could leave Paul and Deanna with everything they needed to get started. So, and like I said, there's Burju, there's so many other people that are so awesome that are literally already starting to come forward, but they're about to literally open up big time. It was my job to bring the information, crank up a bunch of people, get things started, and I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. And finally, there's so much of my body shutting down now. I can't wait. I really can't. When my last life was Gandhi, people don't know, my whole body was already shutting down. 2/3 of my organs in my body were already just, in the process of death. And I don't mean aging, I'm talking about literally going down. I couldn't even walk. I had to have help just to stand up and try to talk to people. Those 4, not 3, but those 4 bullets that, took me out, all that was finishing it off. So anyway, there's all that to do. On the internet, you'll find all kinds of stuff about me. Folks, let people say what they want. It means nothing. You leave a department store or something, you see a dumpster outside, there's little roaches running around. What are you going to do? Nuke the nuke the garbage? The trash, whatever it is, dumpster? No, just forget about it. Don't worry about it. So anyway, it's nice meeting those of you that aren't aware of me, and those that have come back. Appreciate it. And those of you that really know me, you know what I'm about. I'm about you. That's my job, is to do everything I can to help you. When we're in a body, we're very limited. Okay? Y'all are so intelligent as spirit. And when you're free spirit, you feel more than when you're in the body. Now that's hard to believe, but you do. You feel more. You're not hit with this constant bombardment of emotional stuff, stress, but your actual feelings, you actually feel more, and it's cleaner. It's beautiful. I always say, please never physically harm yourself. But don't be afraid of death. You spend most of your life out of your body. That's the way it was always supposed to be, but there was some issues with that. As a matter of fact, that's why there's so many people have past life issues. On this planet, the way we measure time, and for the amount of time our lives are, you're supposed to have about 100, 150 years in between lives, and a lot of people have been going 35, 45, 60. And that's not enough time in between lives for your energy to release the frustrations that build up from having a life, especially when the original first being male and female, they're dead now, they're gone, but when they were here, they were abusing everybody to make their spirit bigger, so they could divide them, split them up later, and create more, like a farm. They were literally building an applause machine for themselves. So anyway, on the books, They are a very slow read. Okay, I know there's many intelligent people there. You can be really smart and read it quick. I've had people tell me, "Jay, I read it 6 times. I got to read it again." And I said, "Man, just please, just go slow. You know, you're not going to die tomorrow. Just go slow, and then grab every little piece." And the editors down at Create Space, um, they literally told me there's so much information. They said, "Jay, we like to have longer paragraphs, but we can't do it with your work because there's so much information in there. It's like a cross between somebody talking openly about whatever, and then also like a textbook." It is, folks. This information isn't anywhere else. Okay, I can see this stuff. That's why I'm here. Well, a lot of reasons why I'm here, but that's one of the three main reasons why I'm here. Is to leave you the information, and then you do whatever you want with it. You know. But you won't find it anywhere else until enough people copy it, and you know, and that's the idea, isn't it? Spread the information. Now, don't get me wrong, my stuff's copyrighted. Don't go copying it. But you get that information and you understand it for yourself, good, let other people know. Okay, we have to have money to keep going. That's how our society is. But it's not about money. It's about time. It's about people. It's time for everyone to understand who they really are, all the abilities they've always had, how to bring them forward and become who they really are, because it's really neat. Y'all are so much more than you've ever thought you could be. Y'all are so much more than anyone's ever let you be. There was the original first being male and female kept you down, and then the original first angels, they take their energy, go inside your crown, and run you like a puppet when they wanted to. It's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Again, in the books, okay? They're your books. Folks, love you, man. I'm going to go goof off with Herky. Have a good one.